Greetings, humans! Greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. We're here, 29-year veteran of, hold on, let me check the notes. Gotta check the notes here. Oh, that's right, the woods, people! That's where bears live. Yes, indeed. 7 out of 8 women agree. They'd rather see a bear in the woods than a man. Of course, YouTube's #1 show by a bear. I don't know how much it is going to be #1 since they keep freaking shadow banning old bear, but we will get into that later, people. I hope all of you had an excellent Memorial Day weekend. Wait a minute. Memorial Day weekend. There's getting his weekends confused here. It was memorable for bear, that's for sure. Holy cow. All the people out there on the water. Man, oh man, left and right. Even the manatees. Manatees had to say, we gotta stay out of the freaking channel. All the boats coming by left and right. I mean, it looked like, after you mow the lawn and you have all the little grass clippings everywhere, there were like, the seagrass out there, just freaking floating by. Like, for crying out loud, just chopping it up left and right. Nowhere to turn, there was just boats zipping past. Bear could barely get across. And the manatees were up there, hanging out along the shoreline with old bear. Hey, it's me and you, and you're too big for bear to eat. So, we'll just hang out here together. Stay away from all these crazy nautical enthusiasts out there. So, hope your weekend was as eventful as bears. It's crazy. Craziness, people. Literal craziness, people. Yes, indeed. Hey, good to see Amy here. It is great to see you as well. Hope you had a great weekend here. Yes, indeed. All right, very briefly, since I've only got the one to regale you people with. Let's take a look at some campaign updates before we get into the main reason why Bear, gosh darn it, is so outraged. Outraged! He's got enough rage to be outraged for everyone here today. Yes, indeed. But let's do very briefly here. As we always do, try to start off helping out old Gary Shipman. Go check out his book. Titan Mouse of Might, My Asthma. Pardon me, people. Had the burps. Gosh darn it. Just had some delicious crab. Tasty. Tasty but burpy, people. Tasty but burpy. 13,491. Won't you help poor old Gary Shipman to be pushed across the line there? We can get him up to at least 14. Come on, people. I know we can do that. I know we can. Enough rage to power a city. That's true. That's true, people. And always, as always, we also try to check out the Cyberfrog 622,944. So you can actually push that. You push that over to 623. There you go, people. Been keeping an eye on that. It's kind of I don't want to say slowing down or anything like that, but it needs a refresh of some kind, I think. I think he was putting out another book, writing it. Somebody else was drawing it, but was it David Williams? I think it was David Williams. Old Brohawk doing a book for Uncle Lee, but it needs like a new cover or something to kind of update it here just a little bit. But instead of all of that, books that Bear actually has in his claws, people, in his claws. Hope you were able to check out the Inglorious Rex #2 box open. It was pretty good. Bear enjoyed doing that. So hopefully you were able to check it out. From Yanzi Lin, Book Fulfillment El Completo. Hello, 9 Lives Comics backers. I was like, it's Comics Bear? She knew who he was. Saver of Bear's camera. Inglorious Rex Second Chance campaign has officially begun fulfillment, so they've ended the first campaign and they're doing their second chance here. The first batch of 100 plus packages are on their way, and we will be in fulfillment mode, full fulfillment mode, for the other orders in the coming weeks. Pardon me. The new book is fearsome, says Ryan. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Fearsome out there. I knew it. I knew he wrote it. I just can't remember the title of it. You should look in your email for a tracking number when your order ships. All orders from the original campaign have been fulfilled, except for that pesky Timmy McTimerson who keeps, emailing us saying that some sort of bear keeps, going through the mailbox and taking his packages. But other than him, they're all fulfilled except for the remark cover, the CGC books, and the original art. So if that is you, you should be in the know. If you've encountered any issues, contact them through their email or through the old Twitter, aka X. For some reason you haven't heard from them after 48 hours. Pre-launch sign-up is available for Inglorious Rex Numero Tres, Fighting Spirit. And you people, you should sign up to get access to the secret tiers with a lenticular card. So there you go. Bear actually has the 9 Lives comics on the in the description. So if you want to scroll down to that, you can click on that and head right to it, because a special bonus, a very, very rare free collectible will be given to 10 backers for Rex 3 within the first 24 hours of its launch. Only available on their site. So if you want to go do that, go and click it on. Bear's got the link down there, so you can do that. So you don't want to miss out on our launch date. Thank you for helping us make Inglorious Rex 2 a reality. It's true, people. It was real. We look forward to hearing all of your feedback, reviews, and hope to see you on our future projects. So there you go. Thank you. Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Yanzi, Saver of Bear's Gabra. Do appreciate it. Came in really well. If you checked out the box open, a nice package. Bear actually got 2, the Shane Davis cover and also the Dale Keown, cover. Man, oh man, he can draw the covers, people. I get to see Henry here. Hey, all, he says. Driving to the Y again, starting right now. Well, Henry, don't type anymore. Please, sir, keep your eyes on the road. Make sure you don't hit any wildlife. Anything like that out there. Would hate to have that happen. So there you are, people. Actually, hold on. I do have one more. Let me find it here. 1 second, people. I did have it because I thought it was kind of funny. 1 second here. Here we go. Dear so-and-so, thank you for, this is from Malin. John Malin out here, sending out the Godlike. Thank you for the crowdfund for Godlike. Want to let you know that your order, yada yada yada, will ship via UPS first class. Classy, people, classy. Within a few days of receiving this email, if you need to change anything, yada yada yada. And also, your t-shirt is on the way. Bear doesn't even wear t-shirts, but I'll take one anyways. Still waiting for Bear's drink, though. The old Tampa Bay con. But what he found, I found it really funny. It is the North Alabama fulfillment company, fulfillment firm. Thought that was pretty. Bear can literally walk over there and pick it up. You don't need to send it through the freaking UPS. It'll probably take the long route. It'll probably go back north. Go all the way to Chicago and then back down to Florida here. But I thought that was pretty funny. John Malin doing the North Alabama fulfillment company. Very funny. I thought that was pretty funny, people. Pretty funny. All right. Rage, people. In the rage here. So much rage going on. I was going to actually, I kind of held on. I was like, okay, are they going to do the whole Trump trial thing and come back? Have to talk about that. No, they settled for the day and they'll come back tomorrow apparently. So no movement on there, but we'll keep an eye on that. El Trumpo, I tell you what, people. If they come back guilty, Bear's just gonna be like, yeah, election interference. If old Brandon wins, I am not going to recognize that. Bear already doesn't recognize it, but still, even further. I'm just going to be like, yeah, that didn't happen. That's no way. A cheater, pants on fire. So, anyways, there is that. One thing, gosh dang it, people, one thing that Bear does need to get really freaking angry about right now. If you haven't checked out Bear's Archive, we do the archive channel for the live show here. It's kind of funny because Bear has more subscribers on there and gets better viewer and watch time over there than the actual main channel. But that's a whole other side thing there. We put up, if you haven't checked it out, put up the Dr. No watch along that we did the other a couple weeks back. So we put that up there. Check this out, people. Check this out. Bring it up here. So this is the what is this? Analytics. This is the analytics for Bear's other channel here. And you'll see it here. It did kind of really well. I think I got up to, maybe 30 viewers an hour or something like that. I was doing all right. Let me find the other one here. But you can see it was doing, went in waves, here and there. More people, certain hours, less people at others. But it was doing great. At least had, 8, 9 viewers an hour just on that one video. Doing really well there. And of course, you see where it just completely takes a nosedive. This has literally happened every single watch-along when Bear puts it on there. I brought it up here so you could see the actual time. 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock in the morning. Every single one of Bear's watch-along videos for the past 4 or 5 watch-alongs has the same exact thing happen. Somebody over there at YouTube hits the button and they come into the office. Now this happened on Tuesday. We didn't have, probably nobody was there working on Monday because it was a holiday, right? It usually happens on a Monday for Bear. Happened to happen on a Tuesday here, 8 o'clock, 14 viewers, all of a sudden nothing. A couple smattering here and there in the next couple days or something like that, but all of a sudden just kapoof, zoink, terrible. So there you go, people. Bear once again being shadow banned. I'm not looking for, I'm not looking for anything out there for anybody out there. If you do want to, make sure you go over. I don't know why. I have no idea why. Nobody's telling Bear anything like that. Originally got a whole bunch of thumbs down on the videos. So if you do go over there, just hit the thumbs up button for Bear. You would appreciate that. But yeah, YouTube screwing with Bear here once again. 8 o'clock every single time. We'll do it for the next video. I can bet money that that Monday, 8 o'clock, goes down. Marc. So you get about 2, maybe 3 days, and that's it. P Money is here. He says, hi all. Yikes, angry looking bear. There you go. I think it's an AI. I think it's another. Bear's been getting a couple of these off of the DeviantArt stuff. I think it's an AI because his left paw there has like 6 claws. Not really sure that. Once again, the AI gets hallucinating and they says, oh yeah, bears have 6 claws. Sure, why not? Anyways, hi all. Yikes, angry looking bear in this drawing. Is this a picture of Bear seeing the postman? There you go. That is a interpretation. Yes, indeed. Don't really have too many mountains around this way, but yeah, pretty close. We do have a volcano here in Florida, but no mountains. No mountains whatsoever. Yeah, all bears have 5 digits, that's right. There we go. Yeah, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a little much. Oh, hallucinating AI. The AI is just going to hallucinate us into, they thought Skynet was, like, evil. The AI is just going to hallucinate one day and nuclear bombs are just going to fly across. And that'll just be the end of it, people. That'll be the end of it. Right there. Ooh, mountain, this bear is in Alberta. There you go. Maybe better stay away. Better stay away, Peabody. He looks hungry and angry. And outraged, people. Outraged. Let's see, I just watched the other channel to remind myself of the bad jokes I say on the live stream. Well, they are all welcome. They are all welcome, people. It's engagement. It's like Bear's thumbs down on the Dr. No video. It's like, hey, engagement is engagement. I guess we could go with that, I suppose. I don't know. Good morning, Sam. Good morning. Wherever you happen to be waking up. Yes, indeed. All right, where are we, people? Again, one thing that Bear... okay, let's mention this real brief. I do need to kind of back up here for just a second. Furiosa wins off a Memorial Day frame, $32 million. Garfield bite back next weekend. Tuesday update from Dayline. We talked. Let me back up here. Let me back it up here for just a second. Let me talk about Furiosa for just a momento, people. Just a momento. And get your people's chat in here as well. Perth. That's in Australia, mate. Crikey. Boy. I hope a dingo did not eat your baby. But be sure to put a shrimp on the Barbie. And, I don't know, I'm sure he has a big knife as well. Bear's apologizing, Sam. I don't know that much about Australia. Other than they talk funny, mate. And then, the Steve Irwin fella. He's always trying to stick his finger in some animal's bum. And, I think that's what got him in the end, so I don't know. Anyhow, Furiosa. I'm getting all turned around, people. Turned around, but not for long, people. Until I take a drink. Alright, so, it's funny. I don't know if people just watch Bear's channel and say, I'm gonna steal his ideas and just kind of run with it. We talked about this on this Saturday show. It was starting out kind of early. We were looking, and Deadline came out with their kind of big headline. Worst Memorial Day opening weekend in, whatever, 25 years or whatever it was. What was it? It was 20-something years. I don't know. Several years. Whatever the case may be. Blah, 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 people are, just... So Bear wanted to check that out. Just kind of put it down as a kind of marker. Okay, here's that. And then we actually kind of turned it and started talking about some of the kind of upcoming actors, including, is it Anya? Anna Taylor-Joy here. Says, hey, she's supposed to be the new A-list star here. Can she open a film? Not really. At least according to this one. Might have just been the bad time, not the right role, yada yada yada. I'm sure she did fine in it. It's nothing. It's okay. Sam says, I wasn't so good at knife spoony. I always guessed wrong. Wait, hold on. They play knife spoony there too. Ryan Bear has no idea what knife spoony is. Dare I ask? Dare Bear ask what the hell knifey spoony is? Knifey spoony. Always pick a fork during the knifey spoony, says people. Well, okay. What the heck, man? I'm crying out loud, people. Bear is so outraged that you're getting him off track here with your comments. The Simpsons, I should know this. Bear loves The Simpsons. Gosh dang it. That's not the one where they went down there to Australia, was it? I liked it because they had the toilets. They, spent millions of dollars to make sure that the toilet ran the right way. I thought that was hilarious. That was a good gag. Bear still Gosh dang it, people. Bear's so outraged. Bear still enjoys The Simpsons. Even to this day, I'll still watch. I didn't catch the last episode, but I watched all of this season. Some good stuff. People always complain about The Simpsons. It's downhill, blah, blah. Hey, can you watch something for 30 minutes and get a chuckle out of it? Yeah, hey, fine. Okay, terrific. Might not be as great as the 90s, but hey, listen, it's still fun. Still fun out there. It's a Simpsons reference. All right, well, anyways, people, Furiosa. So furious, so outraged. Gosh darn it. Anyways, we were talking about the actors. Could this actor, 5 years from now, could they open the movies? Could they be the next, Tom Cruise, whoever. Denzel Washington, Julia Roberts, whatever. So we're looking at all that. Okay, whatever. And it kind of was bouncing back and forth with the Furiosa. So I see all of the other YouTube channels out there starting to take some of the stuff that Bear was saying and, it's my own, okay, fine, whatever. But the point wasn't to rag on Furiosa. I'm sure it's a fine movie. People have been saying, it's not that bad. Okay, terrific. George Miller, he's in his 90s, man. I hope he's just enjoying it. I mean, I'm just looking at some of the screenshots here. They look terrific. Very innovative. Great color, great lighting, great angles, all this sort of stuff. Really good stuff. Bear wants him to succeed. The reason that it didn't is myriad. There's a whole bunch of reasons. We'll get into that in a minute here. But I see all these other channels, rah, yay, down with the girl boss, rah, 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 rah. We hate it so much. Rah, rah, rah. It's like, no, we want good movies to succeed. Just because this apparently good movie didn't succeed on its opening weekend isn't like, for one, the end of the world. Number two, we shouldn't be taking that as a point of reference as far as like the cancel culture sort of stuff. It's like, wait a minute, no, we want good movies to succeed. We want movies with, they're just a movie. They don't have any huge woke message or anything like that. We want that to succeed. We don't want that to fail. So when people are just like, rah, 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 I'm so glad the movie failed, I think you're missing the point. I think you're missing the point out there. So, anyways, just wanted to mention that before we get into the article that we have here. Anyways, Furiosa wins awful Memorial Day weekend, yada, yada, yada. So we finally have the numbers in. I told you it would take a couple days. We finally got that in. Well, how many Mad Max fans said, you know what Mad Max needs? Spin-offs. Hey, look, again, if George Miller had a great idea for a movie, go for it. That's fine. The fact that it didn't work doesn't mean like, oh, that proves my point about girl bosses. Rah, 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 rah. It was a Mad Max film without Mad Max. That's probably one of the reasons that it didn't do too well. Probably marketing would be another one. They were saying that they were off to a slow start. Yada, yada, yada. Too many new actors to the franchise. I hate to make this comparison, but both Star Wars, the prequels and the sequels, they had new actors to the franchise. At least the first movie in both of those did really well. I'm not so sure that's the case. It's myriad, and we'll get into that. We'll get into that. Uno momento. Somehow Garfield didn't beat Furiosa. That's true. Hey, Marc. Hey, how are you? But barely. Haha. So from Deadline, Anthony D'Alessandro. At the end of the day, the Garfield movie did not beat Warner Brothers for the number one spot of the extremely poor Memorial Day weekend. It saw all movies gross $132.1 million, which isn't bad for Memorial Day weekend. It just kind of got broken up between, 3-4 different films there. Here's the good news. It wasn't as low as Memorial Day weekend 2021 when theaters were reopening post-COVID. That's not a great comparison, man. 2021, they were still closed in New York and LA. And probably Chicago as well. So that's not even that's not a great point. This weekend was 35% over that point and 20% off from last Memorial Day weekend. That's what you need to compare it to. When Disney's Little Mermaid led the chart with 118, which it also, okay, hey, the Disney Little Mermaid, it made a whole lot of money in that Memorial Day weekend, rah, 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 rah. If Bear remembers correctly, Little Mermaid lost money or barely broke even. So just because it didn't do great, or it did do great in the opening weekend, isn't an indicator for later on. Well, it is an indicator, but it doesn't tell the tale of the tape there. So, Furiosa could just do, what was it, $32 million? 4 days. They kind of screw with that. They're doing the 4-day instead of the 3-day stuff. But it could have long legs. It could be in the theater for one of the things that's going on right now with the theater industry as a whole. Number one, with the strikes. Number two, just bad planning. A number of other things. There's not going to be a whole lot of films this year, people. So films that do come out are going to stay in there longer. So it might actually have a longer theatrical release to be able to make up for, especially if it's got good word of mouth. So we never know. We never know. Furiosa, boasted by 50% of his businesses from PLFs and IMAX, is basically bigger screens, meaning that's how fanboys chose to watch the movie. They were saying it was skewing older, so why do you keep calling them? It should be fan men. Fan men instead of fanboys. So they did 32, Garfield 31. So technically, both films, $60 million, not bad. It was expected that matinees, I almost read that as manatees, would rally Garfield on a Sunday and Monday. However, that really only happened, I'm assuming Monday? Yeah, Monday. Where was I? When the comic strip Feline led all titles with $7.2 million. Not bad for a Monday. Bad storms in the south kept the audience at bay. Gosh dang it, Bear literally didn't know whether or not he was going to be able to go online for freaking the Dr. No Watch Along because of storms that knocked out the power in the freaking cable. Like a day and a half, for crying out loud. We know. And by the way, if there were storms, a great place to go would be to the theater. Anyways, strong turnout, Latino and Hispanic crowds, 44%. Furiosa made $6 million on Monday, while Paramount's second Monday of If was nickels ahead at 6.1. So again, this one's on its second week. If is. If 22.3, running total of 64.8, and flew past 100 million worldwide. Congratulations, good job. So there is that. So we've got the numbers. I know, I apologize, people. Numbers on screen, it's kind of boring and all that sort of stuff, but putting it into context, people. Into context for you. Would have been better to have young and old Furiosa with Theron. I know a number of people didn't like the previous one because it didn't really have Mad Max in it. It was kind of I guess number one, they didn't bring back Mel Gibson. I don't know if they could have. Number two, Tom Hardy was barely in the film. It was a Charlize Theron movie. So I don't know if it would have brought back people that didn't like her in the film to begin with. So I don't know. Hey, article writer, adjust all your figures for inflation. You would have to do that every article because it keeps bumping up. Well, it's easier to count butts in seats rather than box office. If you have the same theater that holds, 300 people, let's say, you can tell the popularity of a film throughout time just based on kind of, how well the theater was doing, rather than, counting money. So I would say do that. P. says, I enjoy seeing numbers on screen more than I do seeing fashion pictures on screen. Well, that is our next article from Variety. No, I'm joking. Let's see. I think 11 or 12 of the last 13 Disney movies lost money, says Ryan. Captain Marvel was one of the biggest box office bombs of all time. That takes work, people. That takes a lot of work to do that bad. I mean, you could probably go out and attempt to go do that and would still fall short. I guess. Not as bad. Yeah, so that's why Bear P-Money out here is keeping Bear honest. He already said 38 for Deadpool and Wolverine. So that's why we're keeping an eye out there for that. So we shall see. We shall see. Little Mermaid budget was $240 million and made of $569. So yeah, Bear probably broke even, more or less. Yeah. They only get 50% of the. It depends on a whole bunch of issues there. Rule of thumb, yes, rule of thumb. Entirely, they only get 30% of the box office. Again, it depends. So, like for example, I think it was the Star Wars movies a couple years ago. Disney kept like 80 to 90% of the first 2 weekends of the box office, and then it went back to a 50-50 split. So it depends on the contract. It really depends on that. And you need to consider the marketing budgets are typically 80 to 100% more added to the total. True that. True that. Again, it kind of depends. Again, so for example, if Disney is putting out commercials on ABC Network for whatever movie that they're promoting, they're not paying. They're not paying to put it, like for example, onto NBC or CBS or another network or another cable outlet. But they're not getting that money from whatever advertisement would go on there. So again, it's Hollywood math. Hollywood math out here. All right, let's see. Theaters are way too expensive for tickets. Food is overpriced. Eventually, everything comes out on streaming anyways. Which brings us to Variety. And pardon me, people. It doesn't say. Somebody over there in a Variety. We'll just say it was an AI that did this. What's bugging the box office, they ask, with their hair on fire? Film experts discuss the way theaters are feeling the heat this summer. What the heck? What the heck kind of photos are... What is going on with this lady? That's not even focus. These don't even look real. What the heck's going on here, man? Ay. What the heck? Anyways. No comment. As the summer movie season unfolds, a Commscore senior vice president and managing director Janice O'Brien, I guess that's on the left there, and Variety senior film and media reporter Rebecca Rubin, I guess that's her on the right, joined VIP media analyst Carrer Erickson, who? A good old who's who is of who's that? For a conversation on the months ahead at the cinemas. Before Warner Brothers' Mad Max Fury Road and Sony's Garfield movie stumbled over the Memorial Day weekend, O'Brien underscored how important it was for big studio titles to pick up the pace after a lackluster start to the year. Once again, they don't have the film pipeline that they would normally have for the year. Everybody's talking about Dune. Dune should have came out last November. They pushed it ahead to this year because of the strikes. I completely see it as a content issue, sort of. O'Brien explained, and that has a lot to do with the films. Well, yeah, that and quality. After the extended weekend, 2024's prospects remain grim, says the quote-unquote experts. Furiosa collected $32 million over the 4 days, with Garfield just under that. It was the worst Memorial Day weekend in almost 3 decades, excluding a 2020. And I guess 2021 as well. While the dual WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes ended before 2024, see, this is what they're going to... if it goes completely, tits up, they're going to blame it on the actors and the writers. That's the kind of goal there. Not that they had bad quality, bad product. They're going to be blaming it on the strike. So just look ahead in the next couple months, see where that's at. Many films are still delayed to 2025 as studios play catch up with various production schedules. And that was the case for Ballerina, follow up to John Wick's spin-off movies. In the vein of Furiosa, we shall see if they want to go there with that. We shall. Was it Oh gosh, what the lady that was in the James Bond movie, just the recent, what's her name? Daamis, something like that. Anna Daamis or something like that. Is that her? Is that her film? I don't recall if she was in that or if it was somebody else. As well as all people of Disney's Marvel film, apart from Deadpool and Wolverine. So that's why Bear's saying these people are putting all their eggs into one basket for a franchise that had ended for Wolverine, really, and Deadpool. I don't know. How well did the second movie do? I don't think it did as well as the first one did. So they're really hoping that Disney can put out an R-rated Deadpool movie. We'll see. Whose first day ticket sales already set a record for R-rated movies. It was like $8 million. So they got $30 million to go, people. Warner Brothers picked up much of the slack before the summer. Dune 2, Godzilla and Kong. May hit a snag with The Fall Guy. They're trying to say, oh, we had great stars in there with Oscars. Come on, people. But people don't want to go see a TV show from like 50 years ago that nobody really even remembers that much. With everyone talking about franchise fatigue, studios needing to come up with new ideas, seems like 2024 is kind of saying, not so fast. We still need these anchor films, whether it's the fourth film, a second film, or a third film. Does this cement that this was always going to be a reality, of movies going forward? I hope not, says the other person. I hope that we aren't just relying on remakes and sequels to films that have worked in the past. You're relying on remakes to sequels that have worked in the past. So, for example, what was it? Deadpool and Wolverine. What was the other one? Despicable Me, like 12 or something like that. Or maybe it was, what's the little characters? I forget. The Minions? Is it like Minions 35 that they're hanging their hats on? I hope we can do it. Studios including Disney and Paramount observed the consequences of spending too much on tentpoles last year, such as Indiana Jones and the Dial of Depends. I would say also freaking Captain Marvel. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. That was supposed to be one of two movies. I don't know if they were counting, because I think they filmed it back to back, but something happened where they're going to come, because it was like part one, right? It was supposed to be Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, and they knocked off the Part 1 parts, so they're going to do a whole different Mission Impossible. So I don't know if that had any of the stuff that they already filmed or not. $300 million to make because they were filming Mission Impossible overseas during the Wu flu, and literally it was Christopher McQuarrie and Tom Hanks, Tom Cruise, that were literally the only people keeping the freaking movie industry going and keeping people with food in their mouths. I think it's always helpful for a studio to have a franchise. Sure, not a problem, but IP isn't the only thing. You gotta come up with other ideas. Fast and Furious 25, Family with a Vengeance, says Marc. Where has O'Brien been? That's a lot of what they've been doing for years now. Yeah, well, didn't say they were smart. Okay. Both Deadpool made the same box office amounts, about $780 million, but Deadpool 2 had double the budget. Okay, so by math, Deadpool 1 did better. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, I am behind. Hold on. Let me see here. Pardon me. Variety bot. Yeah, I bet. I had a free ticket, says Ryan, plus two more for the kids, and it was still $35 for Godzilla -1. Yeah, crazy indeed. Plus, you can go see it on streaming if you wanted to, but yeah, still, gosh, holy cow, how much was popcorn? Ay. That's why Bear sneaks it in with him. Gotta hide it under the fur coat. That's kind of hard. Kind of hard to do. Of course, they always kick Bear out when he goes to the theater. When to go watch Oppenheimer. That was the first one that Bear got to see in the longest time. Like, yay. Of course, everybody flees. Flees. Call the freaking Fish and Wildlife. There's a bear in the theater. I'm like, I just want to see Oppenheimer. The lovely Florence Pugh. The lovely Florence Pugh. Anyways, where am I? Bears wear fur coats. It's always on, man. Always on. Let's see. But Ruben, she says, asserted the size of some of these production budgets isn't in line with the reality of film exposition after the pandemic, especially when Hollywood has to contend with the state of cinemas around the world to turn a profit. They don't have to. China has been slightly more receptive to the U.S. product for the most part, but they're earning nowhere near what they did during the pre-pandemic. So that's what Ryan was saying. That has been a huge, huge loss for the major studios to the point where they need to start readjusting their budgets. Well, if you're not kicked out of China already, you're going to be. China literally just took everything that Hollywood, it's like any other product. China just went in there, says, tell us how you make your product, and you can sell your product in China. And they says, okay, we'll tell you how we did it. And of course, China took it and made it their own and kicked all the studios out, or practically kicked them all out. So, Fast and Furious 26, they race wheelchairs. Only a step above how Dr. No treats bear. That's true. That's true. That's true, man. I was sad to see that there was a bear skin rug in the old... Well, it is in an evil lair, so... if you are an evil, Bond villain, I guess you should have a bearskin rug. I guess that's kind of on point, I suppose. In the meantime, long dormant franchise has been roaring back to life? ? Furiosa, the last Mad Max movie, but there's nothing compared to the upcoming sequels to Gladiator. Not sure how that's supposed to work. Bear read the script a long time ago. Let's see. It was a Russell Crowe's character goes to, I forget if it was heaven or hell. It was the afterlife. I forget. He either fought Jesus or he was brought back to life to help Jesus somehow, like in Rome, or Jesus in Rome, something along those lines. So yeah, that was a weird script, man. I don't know how they're gonna do a sequel to Gladiator. Twister is just essentially a remake. It's not even a sequel. It's just a remake to the original Twister. And Beetlejuice. A Gladiator will be interesting because it's been a while since the first movie. That's true. I think that quality can really be really important in terms of getting people back. Said no to Mensa member. Try that again, Bear. Ruben out here. With Furiosa and the Garfield movie now out the door, summer season much more dependent on Deadpool and Wolverine. Inside Out 2 and Despicable Me 4. Not 1, not 2, not 3. He was so despicable, they had to make 4 movies out of it. Four whole movies out of it. So why are people not going to the theater? Well, quality, quantity, and of course, like we discussed, streaming. I don't know, certain wild animals on YouTube. And of course, good old-fashioned video games. From comicbook.com. New PlayStation State of Play is announced for this week. So there you go, people. You can go check out the old PlayStation stuff. Maybe we'll have Helen Hunt matrix her way around flying cows. I never liked Helen Hunt. I'm sorry. I never really liked Helen Hunt. I just don't. Her and, what was that sitcom that she was in? I never liked the guy either in that sitcom, so never really did like that. Gladiator helps Jesus. That's true, Peabody. It was a crazy one. Just when you get some time, go look up Gladiator 2 script. There should be some places that kind of have a breakdown of it. It's kind of interesting. One of these days we might have to check that out. So a Passion of the Christ Gladiator crossover. So we have a Passion of the Christ cinematic universe. There you go. Which they're having a Passion of the Christ sequel as well. Which, it's like, he died in the first movie. How's that going to work out? I don't know, whatever. Mad About You, thank you. With Paul Reiser. Yeah, that guy. He always looked like a slime ball. There. Time for Nintendo to destroy Xbox and Sony and end it. We shall see. At long last, Sony has announced they will be holding a new PlayStation State of Play presentation to close out May 2024. For multiple months at this point, rumors and reports have indicated that PlayStation was eyeing either a State of Play or PlayStation Showcase to be held in May. Given that the month is wrapping up in the coming days, many assume that this window for the new event may have slipped back slightly to June. Luckily, that's not going to be happening, people. It's going to be transpiring Thursday, May 30th at 3 p.m. or 6 p.m. Eastern for those of us. So you can be checking it out. YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, all places that people would be going instead of the movie theater. So there you go. If you've got a PlayStation or a VR console, that might be something to check out, people. So again, you can go and watch video games on YouTube that you're not going to go watch at a theater or anything like that. It's one less hour taken away out from there. I've been watching, I'll give him a shout out here. I believe the channel's called Harm None. It's a video game from 10 years ago. It's the Grand Theft Auto video game from like 10 years ago that they play online. And they just do kind of funny little like hide and seek or kind of manhunt sort of things where they're just, the car has got to get around the map and go do these, special jumps or go into the repair shop to get fixed, a couple times. Or maybe they might get knocked off the road or into the water or something like that. So stuff like that is just interesting. It's kind of fun just watching somebody else play a video game. I never thought I would be like, oh yeah, I'm going to go watch somebody else play a video game for an hour. But, stuff like that. Or Twitch or something like that. That's, fun or entertaining for some people. Why would they go watch, Furiosa? It's like, why? I can just stay here. It's fine. Once again, Bear always says the theater is kind of a communal thing anyway. So if there's a good movie out there to go watch, go check it out in the theaters where, if it's a comedy, you're laughing around with people, or horror, you're, don't go in that room, girl. Anything like that. So, it's always kind of a communal thing, and you hate to see it lost, like everything else. It's all just, being split up into different factions and this and that and yada, yada, yada. So, 11 years ago. Holy cow. It's getting old. But yeah, an 11-year-old video game where people are playing it online and they have some fun stuff. So, Harm None is the name of the channel. Interesting stuff. Go check it out sometime. Go check it out. All right, people. Beer's most divisive story of the day here. Outrageous. Beer's outraged, people. So outraged. Outraged at everything, man. Just outraged. Outraged all the time. I really don't want to give Rippa any more airtime than Beer. Beer just generally just doesn't even really talk about the Rippaverse or anything like that. It's like, you see all this stuff today, and it's like, well, that's nice. Beer's been just like on that same, platform for a couple years. It's like, okay, okay, if you want to draw the cover for the guy, that's fine. But like, why are you angry at him? I don't know. You could have found that out beforehand. I don't know. Beer doesn't want to get involved with that. I just thought this was kind of interesting. Massive win, question mark, for indie comics. Rippaverse partners with McFarlane Toys for official Gyro Statue. Delicious. Whether you love him or hate him, or just kind of ambivalent. It's like, you know, he got his own lane. You know, he wants to sell comics to people, you know, on the Blaze. It's the Blaze, right, that he's on, I guess? I don't know. Marc says, meanwhile, me, who cares about the latest game? I'm just going to go play Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 for the 30th time. Yeah, I got the remastered version of that. It's pretty fun. Haven't played it in a while, but there you go. You've got to give Eric July his due. Do I? Do I really? In a major development for the whole ever-growing crowdfunding comic scene, although his isn't really crowdfunded, but that's all right. His Rippaverse has announced that it will be partnering with none other than McFarlane Toys to produce a brand new statue based on the imprint's ice-slinging superhero Gyros. Or Gyros, as it were. I'll let other people do the artwork. I'm not gonna go. What kind of? Oh, is she wearing underwear? Anyways, whatever. Revealed to the public on May 24th, the first official Rippaverse statue, quote unquote, will see the aforementioned toy manufacturer who not only produces the DC's multiverse line of figures, but also recently acquired the license to craft blah 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 yada yada yada. I don't care. Let's see. They're going to sculpt a limited edition collectible, question mark, depicting a costume. What's the market for this, really? Maybe, I guess. I don't know. As illustrated by original and concept artist Marco Rios and company lead art editor. What the hell? Whatever. Kane and White. There you go. Where the hell's our brand, man? Still waiting on that, man. Oh well, whatever. Hey, we funded it, and then, anyhow. Rushing into battle, she summons a combination of ice and frost? Really? That's your superpower? Frost? Okay, whatever. Listen, people, if you enjoy the comic, that's fine. I'm not trying to rip another one here, but I'm sure it's fine. That's fine. Standing at approximately 12.5 inches tall, cast in resin and released in a deluxe 4-colored closed box. The Gyro's statue will be produced in extremely limited quantity, as determined by pre-order sales. Like 4 of them. With the Rippaverse promising to produce a minimum of 500 units. How much is that going to cost? To a maximum run that will not exceed 1,500 units. To this end, the Gyro statues will run interested fans $500. What? For that? No, come on, man. That's there's got to be a zero missing off of there, right? You put in it was $50. It's got to be $50, not 500. 500? Seriously? Okay. Which, while steep, yeah, as evident by the limited 350-piece Batman year. So wait a minute. Hold on now. So I'm assuming they sold out. I'm assuming they sold out a 350-piece Batman. So they're almost going to double that? Pardon me, people. Bear is confused here. Okay. A minimum. Gosh, I wonder. You probably had to pay for that up front, I'm guessing. Probably had to pay for a minimum outside order of 500 units, I would imagine. To be able to do that. Because, they're producing Batman, Superman. Probably sold out. $500 a piece. I don't even know if I'd pay that for that. Whew. Ouch, people. Speaking in promotion of the surprise partnership, Rippaverse beamed in a public press release announcing the figure, the release of the Gyro Statue marks a significant milestone for the Ripperverse, bringing in one of the most beloved characters to life. Chat out there, let me ask. Yeah, it has broken me. It has. Gyro's beloved? I thought it was Isom that was the... I thought the Isom fellow was the main... Did Gyro all of a sudden become the main character in the Ripperverse? Bear has no idea. I haven't even read the comic, never bought it, never cared. Everybody was like, oh, Ripper. I was like, okay, that's great, Congratulations, Ripper, you're doing all right. Go do your thing, yada, yada, yada. And the next thing Bear knows is like, oh, this is the worst thing ever. Rah. And I'm like, you couldn't tell that from the artwork from begin with? Okay, fine, whatever. If it's your thing, it's your thing. I'm not going to rip the guy a new one here, but... Hey, okay. Unlimited Edition collectible combined with the immersive storytelling of Gyro #1 offers fans a unique opportunity to deepen their connection with the Ripperverse. Do you have to? Secure your statue and graphic novel today to be part of this monumental moment in the world of comics and collectibles, or be left out in the cold. It's going to be cold, people. It's going to be... Because I've seen where the Isom books are going on eBay for less than what they were originally selling for. So if you're the super popular Gyro, you're going to be buying the statue for $500, hoping for a quick flip, and maybe might find that there might not be as much enthusiasm out there as they hoped. Left out in the cold. So, somewhere later this year, early next year. Ay. Go check out the website, people. You can check out. You get $500 later. $500. Gosh. There's a lot better things. You can literally buy a PlayStation, which I think they're discounting it coming up this next couple weeks here. You can literally buy a PlayStation for the price of a Gyro statue. And play, possibly, the SSX Tricky remaster. God, I haven't played SSX in a while. Good games are timeless. That's Ryan, Bear has very considered. Probably, I need to get a PlayStation. I've got a 4. You would stream probably okay, but just to be able to stream and do it live and everything, I'd probably want to upgrade to a 5 or something like that. I've been wondering. If Bear should do like his own game stream. I'm not so... I don't know how popular it would be. I've been playing the Grand Theft Auto here lately. That's been kind of a nostalgia trip. Red Dead Redemption was another great one as well. But the one that Bears just had a blast. I don't even have to make up my own thing in there just to have fun. Is the Metal Gear Solid 5, the fifth one there. That was just an excellent game. I've been doing a little bit of the Gran Turismo, but that's been a while. I need to get back into the God, how do you pronounce that? The Ghosts of God, what was the name of it? It was the samurai fighting game. I never finished it. I got like halfway through it, and would you always in these free roam games, Bear's just like, let me go do something else. I don't care about the missions. Let me just go, have fun with it and everything. So I've been doing so. Tsushima. Yes. The old Ghosts of the Sushi. Yes, indeed. Which Bear was one of the first to bring that to prominence very early on when they literally announced the game. I'm like, people, you gotta go check this out. And you're like, blah, 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 blah. And then like a month or two later, people are like, yeah, let's go check it out. It's great, blah, 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 blah. Yes, always ahead here, Beer's channel. Anyways, I don't mean to leave it on that. Anyways, go check it out. Or not. I don't really care. I'm not really interested in getting involved in any of that whatsoever. Oi. Makes Bear outraged. Or not. From, people, the New York Post. We did this story not that long ago, but we've got we've got an update for you people. Man who spent $14,000, or I don't know, what would that be? Help Bear out with his math. 28 Gyro Statues. A man who spent $14,000 on hyper-realistic Collie costumes so he could live as a dog makes major life announcement, people. Let's find out there. That's a good boy. That's a good boy right there. Aww. A Japanese man who shelled out $14,000 on a realistic dog costume so he could become a border collie now says he hopes to fulfill his, quote, dream of turning into a different animal. Gosh dang it. Bears already got bears locked down, man. Pardon me. Burping here. Toko the human collie said the challenges of moving like a dog have led him to consider imitating a host of other animals as well. He says dogs and humans have different bone structures. No way. And the way they bend their legs and arms, so it's very difficult to make movements that look like this, he says. I might realistically be able to become another dog, a panda, or a bear. Gosh dang it, man. No. I gotta get my copy. Where are my lawyers at? Where are my lawyers at? Bear needs his lawyers. Gosh dang it. Tico told the Japanese news outlet, "One cool. A fox or a cat would also be nice, but they're too small for humans to try." Oh, for crying out loud. He added, "I'd like to fulfill my dream of becoming another animal someday." It's not clear whether he has immediate plans to branch out into other parts of the animal kingdom. Toko, who shares his life and experience living as a dog on his YouTube channel. God dang it, people, you better not take. Bear's already got the #1 YouTube channel for a bear. You better not take that #1 spot, man. /bear. I want to be an animal, he says. Has received intense backlash and mockery over his lifestyle. What? That's a good boy. Right there. Listen, look into those eyes and tell me that's not a good boy. Toko expressed how hard it is to walk on all fours in an exclusive interview with the Post in September. Rather than being tough or physically uncomfortable, the feelings of excitement and fun I received from this experience are stronger, he said at the time. Aww. Wonder if he gets fed like doggy biscuits or something. However, Toko's desire to become a dog is no act. He has said he has dreams of living as an animal long before he ordered his collie costume. I've wanted to be an animal ever since I can remember, he says. Well, sir, I can help you out right now. You are an animal, sir. You are just a very highly educated and involved monkey. So, you, sir, I mean, I know, computers, and silverware and all that other stuff that's, I'm a human being. I'm better than those animals out there. Da, 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 da. It's not that far. It's not that far, people, 2 weeks without electricity, it all goes back, man. It all goes back. They're going to go straight back up into the trees, eating bananas and flinging poo. That's how it's going to be, man. That's how it's going to be. Is he taking a poll to decide which animal to be? Because I vote the dodo bird. Let's bring them back. Bring them back. Man who wasted a couple of used cars worth of money on a cosplay regrets life decisions. That would be the alternate title there. Japanese comic bad to sell. Yes, Bear will have his lawyers at the ready, sir. At the ready. Gosh dang it. He's not gonna let anybody just muscle in on his little corner of the freaking YouTube universe over here. No, sir. And or madam. Gosh dang it. Well, then Bear dress up as a human. Problem solved. You can have a channel about a bear dressed up as a human. We're you know, outside of what was his name in that movie? The Silence of the Lamb movie where they're making the skin suit. Where would Bear go find a human costume? That's I don't know. I don't know about that one. I have to look into that. Look into that. Amy is back, saying hello to everybody. Happy to see your smiling face to brighten P Money's day. Aw. Aw. Well, that's the closest fashion that we're gonna get today. That's the closest we're gonna get, man. Actually, I wasn't planning on doing this, but I just happen to have it saved. Bear, more and more and more impressed with John Fetterman, Senator Fetterman every day here. Old Lumpy. Senator John Fetterman dramatically whips off Harvard hood at a university commencement, profoundly disappointed in Harvard. So, the guy who's known for wearing hoodies to the Senate floor took off his what would you call it? What was it called? Harvard hood. The Harvard hood. Fetterman was proudly disappointed in Harvard University's inability to address anti-Semitism on campus before removing the ceremonial crimson academic hood representing his alma mater. Other Pennsylvania Democrat expressed his disapproval with the Ivy League school during his commencement address for the private Orthodox Jewish University. Good for him. Good for him, man. Which bestowed him with its Hero of Israel award. Good job. I've been profoundly disappointed in Harvard's inability to stand up for the Jewish community after October 7th, Fetterman told new grads in Queens, people. Personally, I do not fundamentally believe that it's right for me to wear this today, as he took it off. Look at there, people. Look at there. A staunch supporter of Israel's war against Hamas received a standing ovation. Good job. The Jewish community everywhere deserves our support, he added. And I promise you will always have mine, he says. Fetterman's remarks were well received, and he was spotted dancing with students and school leaders after delivering his speech. So there you go. Not quite a fashion show, but not bad. Not bad. I am more and more impressed with old Fetterman here. Good job. Good on him, man. Good on him there. You know what? Bear's gonna break something right here. He's gonna be breaking it right here. Bear nominates. If old Trumpy is listening out there, Bear nominates Senator John Fetterman, people, as vice president on the Trump ticket. That's right, man. That's right. Trump in the lump 24. Trump in the lump. I like it, man. Let's go with that. We will definitely win Pennsylvania. I think we can do it, people. Trumpy and lumpy. We can do it. More and more impressed with that guy. More and more. Roscoe Davis. Good to have him here. What's up, Roscoe? Good having you here, man. Trump picking Letterman as a running mate would be a game changer. No. Old Lumpy here. Old Lumpy. That's right. Trump in the lump. 2024. There you go, man. That is Bear's prediction. Bear's prediction. You heard it here first, people. Heard it here first. Take it off the old crimson hoodie there from Harvard. Saying no moss, man, no moss. Oh, Fetterman. Yeah, there you go. Yes, stupid autocorrect. Gosh darn it. Yeah, it would, see what I mean, P-Money? Bear started something already. You'll hear the whispers here in a couple days. Oh, hey, maybe it might be a good idea for, a reach across the aisle moment. Pick a Democrat senator. Who would he pick? Well, he needs to win Pennsylvania. Well, who could he pick to do that? So I nominate old Fetterman here, old Lumpy. There you go, people. Breaking news. Breaking news! Bear is so outraged he's even breaking news here. There you go. In the words of a beaver cleaver, Lumpy, you big ape. Lumpy Dumpy, you big ape. Well, Trump might be in jail soon, so he needs someone on the outside. Well, my Bear's impression here. Bear's impression. Trump, you're guilty. You need to report straight to jail. If a Bear was Trump, I would say, yep, good luck with that. Send somebody down. If they can make it through the Secret Service, you can go ahead and arrest me. Otherwise, kiss off, Judge. That's what I would say. I'd tell him to go pound sand. Tell that judge to go pound some sand and say, I don't recognize your ruling. There you go. What a big. I mean, it's a very simple trial. It's what is the crime? I don't know. Okay, well, he can't be guilty of anything. Well, he spent campaign money on paying off an adult film actress to blah, 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 blah. No, he didn't spend any campaign money at all. He spent business money to do that. And that's entirely legal, so what's the point? So, that's Bear's opinion, but he's not in a jury room. They do not allow bears in the jury room, people. I would not. It'd be 11 angry men and an outraged bear. That's right, people. Arrgh! With the 6 claws instead of the 5. Boy, oh boy. So there you go, people. Breaking news, left and right, people. Left and right. Oh, once again, if you weren't here at the very beginning of the show, many things to be outraged over, but if you go down into the description for Bear's channel, he's got his archive channel that's out there. Bear was doing really well with his James Bond watch-along. And then Tuesday morning at 8 o'clock, somebody there at Google decided to hit whatever button that they hit, went completely to 0. So, thanks a lot, Google. Thanks a lot, YouTube. So, if you have the time, Bear would just ask. Go over there. You don't have to watch the whole thing. Just click on it real quick and give me another little. Give me a thumbs up, please. We had a couple of issues with some thumbs down. I don't know why. I guess engagement's engagement, but there you go. So, many things to be outraged about, people, including freaking this has happened like the past 4 times for Bear for the watch-alongs that he do. They'll be doing great, and then about 1,000 to 1,500 viewers. It gets right there at that Monday, in this case Tuesday. Somebody comes in at 8 o'clock, and then it just falls off a cliff, as you can see. So here, I'll show you the other. I mean, it was doing really well. It had some ups and downs there, but 9, 10 on the low end, 20 or so on the high end, which is really good for Bear. I know other people have other channels and they do a whole lot better. This is a freaking archive channel, people. So, yeah, anyways, you see what happened. Up and down, then somebody hit the freaking button, and then it went to crapola, people. So if you get some time, head over there, give Bear a thumbs up. He would appreciate that. I nearly have, it's funny, Bear almost has 500 subscribers over there. Got more subscribers and more watch time over on the archive channel than the main channel. Go figure. It's craziness. And if you haven't checked out, Bear did the box open for Inglorious Rex 2. So if you haven't checked that out, that would be on the main channel here. Bear would ask, hey, go check it out, see what you think. I had a lot of fun doing it. Had a lot of fun. Friends, citizens, countrymen, lend Bear your thumbs. I'll give them back. Don't worry about it. I'll give them back. I figure Bear wouldn't want to glamorize Bear rugs. True. But still, I enjoyed. I had Marc there. We enjoyed the watch along there. So I don't know. I don't know what people were thinking with the thought. If you want to hit thumbs down, that's fine. Engagement's engagement. Just tell Bear what you don't like. If you don't like it, What's wrong? So Bear can fix it, for crying out loud. I can't show the movie. It's not possible for me to show the movie. I saw the one on the Drinkers channel where they did it, but it was like a static screen that they had like a TV in the center. I think they were watching one of the Star Trek movies. And then inside the TV, they had the actual movie playing, but it was blurry. So you could kind of tell, okay, there's a starship in space, but you couldn't really tell what was going on. I don't know, maybe Bear could try that? I don't know. Not really sure. But it seemed to work in the last couple Rambo watch-alongs and then this last one. So I think it works. I think it works pretty well. Just worried about the copyright. Worried about the old copyright here, people. So yeah, if you would head over there, the link is down there in the description. Please do go check that out. And I meant to mention something else. What was I going to mention? This would be helpful if I wrote stuff down. What was it? What was it that I meant to mention? I forget, people. Bear forgets. He is forgetful, people. Forgetful. Wait. It was, I'll give Bear a minute. I can't remember. Let me go through this and maybe Bear will get it remembered here. But I do want to thank everybody that came out here. We try to do this every Wednesday and Saturday right about 8 o'clock or so. So if you're here and want to hang out, come on, hang out with Bear. If not, go over to the archive. Check it out there. We do that all the time. Want to thank Amy. Ryan, good to have you here. Henry, I hope you make it to the Y. Sam, way over there in Perth, Australia. Crikey. Still trying to figure out what the knifey spoon is, man. I don't know. Good old P Money as well. Marco for Anthony. Roscoe Davis. Amy and Melissa. Also want to thank everybody out there. Oh, by the way, Amy, what is the drawn and quarter tonight? Do we have any idea? My 1-year-old is currently pointing at the screen at growling bear. Grrr! Oh, that's thank you, Roscoe. Knocked into Bear's brain here. Now he remembers. Coming up, we always like to do the months of when we start the next month. The next month, people, I believe the 10th or the 15th, something like that. It's gonna be 5 years, people. 5 years that Bear's been on. I mean, shadow bans and everything aside. 5 years, people. So we're going to be doing maybe a little special 5-year anniversary show. Have some fun with that. So be on the lookout for that coming up in a couple weeks here. So want to thank once again everyone out there that came out, gave Bear a thumbs up. Do appreciate you. But you know what, people? All this talk about being outraged has made Bear hungry. So he's going to head back into the woods. So until next time, people, grrr, a girl. Good night, everybody.